Use this simple day trading strategy to pass any funded account. Let's break down this trade that I took today. Let's break down this trade that I ended up taking today. As you can see, we have this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. Now, most ICT traders are only taught to look for short positions from bearish fair value gaps. But what I teach and what I trade is you need to look for long positions from bearish fair value gaps. And the way you do that is wait for them to be disrespected and embossed. But before that, if we go to the higher time frame just to get a picture of the price action, as you can see, we are respecting this bullish fair value gap. Therefore, as well as respecting this bullish fair value gap, we have a very strong draw on liquidity, which is a news high candle from yesterday, which has not been swept. So as you can now see, we inverse this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. Therefore, I will enter into a long position. My stop loss will go if we get a candle close back below this fair value gap. My take profit will be this data high up here. My first take profit will be this internal liquidity right here. And this is my 80% win rate day trading strategy that I trade every single day live in Discord completely for free. If you want to watch me trade, then make sure you join my Discord. This is a break-even trade that I took today. So as you can see, we have swept sell-side liquidity and we also have this 2-minute bearish fair value gap. Now, my idea for today was to go long, especially because we have took out so much sell-side liquidity and we are still respecting bullish fair value gaps on higher time frames. So we have this 2-minute bearish fair value gap. As you can see, we end up inversing this 2-minute fair value gap. Therefore, I entered into a long position right here. My stop loss was back below this fair value gap, and then my take profit was this buy side liquidity right here. But if we drop to the 1-minute time frame, as you can see, we have internal liquidity right here. So if we play at the price action, we sweep this internal liquidity but fail to take out my take profit. So as soon as this happens, I put my stop loss to break even. So now I'm in a risk-free trade. As you can see, we just failed to take my take profit by a point, and then we end up hitting my break-even point. So this is just to show you how important that risk management is. Even when you don't win trades, you need to make sure that you are protecting your capital. I trade live every single day in my Discord, so if you do want to watch me trade, I trade every single day completely for free. Fair value gaps and liquidity are literally the only two concepts that you need to become a very profitable trader. As you can see, we are currently inside this bearish fair value gap. Now, most ICT traders are only used to shorting from bearish fair value gaps, but what I do differently and what I teach differently is to only long from bearish fair value gaps. So, as we can see, price is currently respecting this bullish fair value gap down here. As well as that, we are also currently respecting this bearish fair value gap. But if we play at the price action, as you can see, we have now had a candle close above this bearish fair value gap, turning it into a inversion fair value gap. So we will enter into a long position. My stop loss will go if we get a candle close back below this bearish fair value gap. Then my take profit will simply be this buy side liquidity resting right here. Now, I trade this model live every single day completely for free in my Discord. This is where most ICT traders are going wrong. As you can see right here, we have a market structure shift. Now, what most ICT traders would be doing because of this market structure shift is looking for shorts from this bearish fair value gap. Now, myself, I do not short bearish fair value gaps. I have an 80% win rate model where I wait for fair value gaps to be inversed and I actually target opposing liquidity. So as you can see, we have this strong buy side liquidity up here. As well, we are also respecting these fair value gaps down here. Therefore, if we inverse this fair value gap, I know that we are most likely going to go up and look for longs. So as you can see right here, we end up inversing this bearish fair value gap. Now remember, most ICT traders would be going short here because of this market structure shift. But with this trading model, we make sure that we don't get caught out like most other ICT traders. Now we enter a long position here. Our stop loss is if we get a candle close back below this fair value gap, and we will target buy side liquidity for a lovely risk to reward ratio and a trade that smashes our take profit. I trade this model every single day live in my Discord. The reason why you are an unprofitable trader in the market is because you are not managing your risk correctly. If I take one loss and one win on the day, I'm going to be green for that day, and today was a perfect example for that. As you can see right here, we have swept the sell side liquidity, We have equal highs as our buy side liquidity target. We have our bearish fair value gap where we enter lungs from. I do not short from bearish fair value gaps. I look for lungs from bearish fair value gap. And the way I do that is I wait for them to be inversed and disrespected. So as you can see right here, we have now disrespected this fair value gap. Therefore, I will enter into a lung position and target the equal highs. But if we play at the price action, as you can see, our next candle is actually a candle close back below this fair value gap. Therefore, I have now took a loss. So this was actually a perfect losing trade. I did lose this trade, but it was a perfect setup. And if I see the setup again tomorrow, I have an 80% chance that the setup will work. This is just part of trading. I will show you my losses just as much as I show you my winning trades. I trade live every single day. I have over an 80% win rate. This was one of those 20% trades that I did not win. I had a 100% win rate today trading my simple day trading strategy. As we can see, we are currently respecting this big bullish fair value gap right here. As well as that, we have created a bearish fair value gap here. Now, I do not short from bearish fair value gaps. I only look for long positions from bearish fair value gaps. And the way I do that is I wait for the fair value gap to be inversed and disrespected, which tells me then price action wants to take some sort of liquidity in that direction. As we can see, we have this bearish fair value gap. So as soon as this fair value gap has a candle close above it like this, the body is closed above this fair value gap. Therefore, I will enter into a long position. My stop loss will go if we get a candle close back below this fair value gap, and my take profit will simply be this buy side liquidity resting right here for a very nice risk to reward ratio. Now, my stop loss is only if we get a candle close back below this fair value gap. I do not care about wicks, I only focus on the candle close. And as you can see, the wicks did go to my stop loss, but I would not have been stopped out of this position because my stop loss is only if we get a candle close below this fair value gap.